I've done some stuff personally in the past. I'm not planning on doing that this time. And that includes, not endorsing either of the candidates. Now, look, there's obviously a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world. The historic events over the weekend. And on a personal note, it's, seeing Donald Trump get up after getting shot in the face and pump his fist in the air with the American flag is one of the most badass things I've ever seen in my life. But look, it's and I think, look, it's, at some level as an American, it's like hard to not get kind of emotional about that spirit and that fight. And I think that's why a lot of people like the guy.
Yeah, they're creating a martyr out of him. Like, that's it. It's been a come on, y'all. Between him being a convicted felon, and now him getting shot at, like, who y'all think he's trying to appeal to? I just whatever.
Which makes me further believe.
Wait, so I've always been ever since this happened, I've been confused on that perspective. So, due to this man being charged as a convicted felon and being shot, he's appealing to Black people.
Are we gonna act?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
that is a hell
that
of
makes sense too. You've been doing well. You can make that make sense too. That is definitely
what is that saying about us, though?
I haven't heard one Black person. I haven't heard one Black person say that. Oh man, I can relate to Donald Trump, except for when 50 Cent did that mini man shit.
So every single celebrity, Black celebrity on social media right now is saying that's against Trump, is saying that he's only did that so that he can appeal to the Black vote.
I agree that.
I haven't seen any of
that.
What
I agree that was his intent. Like, Donald Trump's intent is that he believes that, oh man, I can get the Black people on my side. I don't believe that that's how Black people operate. We don't. Right, we ain't talking about, man, I'm about to go vote for Donald Trump because that nigga got shot at.
Why?
But that's what he think is best.
Donald. So as far as what we know, Trump is in the lead, especially after the debate. Why would he risk his life?
Which poll shows?
Why would he risk his life or even use that situation to say, I'm going to appeal to the Black vote because I got shot?
Why would he not?
Well, that was an assumption. That's an assumption by people who are against him. So, like all the celebrities, they're assuming that was his intentions. That's not him actually coming out and saying, "Hey, look, this is gonna give me the Black vote." I don't think that was it.
The fact that we are even saying that, to me, is mind blowing. Like we've equated our culture so much to us getting shot and having felonies that because this happened to a president, we're assuming that he's trying to appeal to us.
Well, no, you can't take celebrity opinions seriously when we're talking about, they pathologize Black people all the time.
Just said it.
Well, no, she said.
But have we done that, or has like the media done that? Right? Like, has that not been what's been perpetuated? Has the stereotypical has that not been like an issue that, like, even when it comes to the police brutality, right? And why they say certain Black cops stereotype and stop and frisk our men. Is that not something that's been perpetuated over time? Like, and now that every time we're having an election coming up, we're seeing these freaking politicians appropriating and trying to appeal to us in our culture in different ways. Like, Trump is just the genius, and I can't even share all the things that I know about, like, behind the scenes things that have taken place leading up to these moments that were very predictable, by the way. But yeah, it's unfortunately, that's just what it is. Black culture has been it's been a whole bunch of degenerate shit.
Absolutely. It's sad, but that's the absolute truth, man. 50 Cent is who he is. 50 Cent was rapping for years until he got 9 bullets put in his body. His career took off, and that was it.
Donald Trump wants. He wants the street
But-
cred because he's been trying to pull in the street votes. He's been trying to get people over in New York hanging out with those local rappers and everything. That's his assumption. It's not saying that we're saying, oh, that's what it is. He wants sympathy and street cred. That's why he did that at that moment and took advantage of it.
He don't have to want it. He already had it. He's been having street cred since the 90s. Rappers been talking about him in
That was even something else on his list.
I think that's something that we need to fix culturally. Honestly, that's just something that I don't know what it is, but we need to fix that culturally. I was having a conversation, matter of fact, this morning, where I was looking at a video of somebody getting out of jail. Man, these dudes had like 200,000 worth of jewelry out the gate. This dude was in jail for maybe like 15 months or whatever. You know, he's beard grown out, hair crazy. Dudes were waiting for him at the gate, man, with like a Protect Philippe glittered out chain, all this stuff. And I'm like, damn, yo, there's people out here that just graduated college, just got their master's, just got their doctorate, just became a doctor, whatever. And they graduate and it's, you know, a few hugs and some damn Red Lobster. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, this criminal got out of jail and was
the whole party for that nigga.
yeah, the jeweler was there. Like, you know, that culturally is terrible, man. I'm like, I even thought like, damn, we should start a fund or start something for kids who graduate college or whatever, so they could at least have a start, because you know they're sitting in a bunch of debt. Most of them have something to where they can just, it's like a trampoline, man. This fund is so, you know, get you an apartment that's paid 6 to 12 months rent, where you don't have to worry about that. Or, you know, instead I'm looking at guys that literally commit crimes and come home to money just because they beat the actual crime they committed. Like, you really did off this dude and you just got off on technicality and you're being celebrated for that. It's a cultural thing.
It's our culture is filled with degenerate shit. Even the baby showers out of wedlock, I think, need to stop as well. And I'm saying that as a woman that had a kid out of wedlock. There's no.
Did you have a baby shower?
Across the board. What happened?
Did you have a baby shower?
Yeah, I did.
Hey, but
Yeah,
Jay,
I'm also. That's why I
okay.
said what I said, right? Like, I didn't even ask for it, but it's. And I was engaged with a wedding date set, but that's neither here nor there. My point is, we're having way more baby showers, way more gender reveals than weddings. We're celebrating bullshit, right? When we shouldn't be. Black cultures, straight, it's just trash right now. So that's the point that I was making. And I put myself in there to show you that I'm not being a freaking hypocrite.
Hey, lady, let me
hold on. Like, I do want to get Kenny in there real quick, and then we can go ahead. Go ahead, Kenny.
Good afternoon, panel. He knew it was coming.
Here we go.
Oh, about to say, you already know Kenny about to say something.
Wait, your conscience is already messing with you, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to spread the truth. The truth don't need motivation. There's a lot of aspects that stay on what you just said about the president. He already had street cred. He was putting rap videos. He already pandered to the hood. He was up in the Bronx with Chef G and some other rappers. Oh, let's not forget the Gold Air Force Ones. Let's not forget him trying to take credit for those signed stimmy checks that the Democrats put in play, and it was a bipartisan thing. When a lot of things are said, like I said on Tuesday, do not use your barbershop mentality. Present facts. Our economy is doing better than it has in the last 50 years. It has now stabilized, even though that we're $8 trillion more in debt from what Mr. Trumpito did for big business and the Republicans that didn't like him. But he got all that stuff passed, and then it made it look like he's a superstar. I get both things are done on both sides. I'm never a fan of Biden 94 crime bill. There was something that pointed out tens of thousands of brothers and people that committed crimes are still in jail. What is it? 3 strikes, super predators. Hillary, she was part of that too. But let's not stay off the course. Let's not stay off the court that while he was handing out chicken and watermelon, he got 300 federal judges put in place. 3 of the most keynote judges is in the Superior Court, Coney Barrett, Kavanaugh, and the other one, which now, watch the chess move. I said that long time ago. They got him exonerated from facing the major charges, which he should be facing because those are credible charges. But now you can't touch him. But all you worrying about is getting him back in prison to see what more he gonna do. While you sit playing checkers in the back of the barbershop and other people that's in the books, that's on the streets, laced up, seeing what's going on, what he gives you now will hurt us 10 times more in the future. Yes, blacks are uninformed. Democrats have had oodles of time to do right by us. But guess what? You can't blame them if we're not reading what they're putting out there. We're not advocating for the policies that best benefit us. We don't know our alderman. We don't know our representative. We don't know our governor. But then we want to beef and moan about certain things not going our way. You can't blame nobody. I can't fault you if you're big business, you're conservative, and you want Trump back in so that you could get more dollars. Yeah, hey, but you put your dignity above a dollar. I don't put that above my people. I remember that man taking out, like I said, Tuesday, a 2-page article for the execution of 5 black youths in New York for wilding. It was found to be all the way up the police force, right, with corruption. When president, he was asked when they were exonerated, would you offer them an apology? He said they probably did something, but you never would address that. I posted facts in the King Talk. You don't want to broach your nose either, but here's what you do, which is cancerous to our community. Certain people come up here and expound on points, knowing that it doesn't help us. It just further your ego, sticking out your chest with no facts to back it. I digress right there. How y'all doing?
You can't say how you doing, then you gonna burn my man Vic's ass, man. I mean, how you do that, Kenny? Man?
Oh, you know it was for him.
I know who it was.
You know who it was for.
He ain't burned nothing.
You ain't shit.
You know how I know it burnt you? Because you took a snipe, and that's why I wanted to be up here. Don't be a coward. I respect you as my brother. You part of the fellowship. Don't do the cowardly way out. Stand up and take looking like a man.
Come on now. You know damn well I ain't never took the cowardly way out. Come on now.
I said I respect you as my brother, but sometimes we do misstep when we're human.
Hey, we just got 2 different perspectives, and there's nothing wrong with that.
That's right. I got facts. You got feelings.
But can I just clean up what I said?
Assuming that the economy is doing better when inflation is through the roof is absolutely insane, bro.
Hi, Miss Chanel. Hi.
Come on now.
Like I think Chanel wanted to say something. Go ahead, Chanel.
What I was saying about Trump getting street cred, I'm talking about for the new votes. I'm not talking about us older ones that we know what he's done. 43% of Barack Obama's votes that he won was because of 43% young new voters. Donald Trump trying to get street cred from these younger people that already been out here, doing riots, all that stuff. He's trying to pull that vote in. That's what I mean when I say he's trying to get street cred. The celebrities that's talking about him, we already know what he's done. And you're right, there's some people that just want him in office for a check. But that's my thing on it. I think he wanted to be cool and give votes, the new votes, so that they can go in and vote for Donald Trump. At this point, by default, he's going to win, because part of the reason why he was leading is because they don't want Kamala in office. Now she's the main one. So at the end of the day, he don't have to do any more tricks that I think to get into office.
Chanel,
him getting shot was not going to move the needle.
Just answer her real quick. Why I think he's not going to win? He took away your rights to your body. There's still a lot of women that feel some type of way about that. And last I checked, the women's vote is what got the Democratic Party back in office by their push, the last I checked. And if your women in groups point out, like you pointed out earlier, you feel some type of way that, those that wish to live the illusion of women coming and taking your rights, dressing like you, and that does not stand for heterosexual men, you're watching your women's rights be stripped away. And guess who put those people on the watch to do it? It's Trump.
Oh yeah, I agree. But I don't know.
Hey,
I
Viz,
don't think as
is
long
that a
as
fact?
Kamala, if they pop up with a new candidate, well, she's gonna have to pick a vice president anyway. That might be the strategy with the Democratic Party to see who they'll pull in, to be her vice president. And that might be a strategy that he won't win. But he's doing too much. He's teamed too much, and he's doing everything possible to we're watching it. We're watching him be above the law. So
Was there anybody else that
I think
was there anybody else that he could have chose? Like besides
there was no.
When nobody. Okay.
No.
But
That's why I said the Democratic Party. That's why I said the Democratic Party squandered that opportunity because they didn't bring nobody to the forefront in the primaries. They didn't bring nobody to compete with them. They thought Biden got this in the bag, and they also, I think they might have assumed that Donald Trump wouldn't run based on his the trials and all of that. So they thought it was going to be an easy route. There wasn't going to be nobody really from the right that was going to be able to compete. They didn't expect Donald Trump to run, and they didn't. So they didn't put forth no other candidate to go against Biden. And now they're scrambling because Biden is obviously at this point not qualified to continue to run. I mean,
they knew that Trump was.
So then who's going to be the VP then?
See, that's why I sat there and said I think the Democrats failed and they dropped the ball. I don't know why they thought. The man felt like he got cheated out of the election. So you don't think that man was going to try to fight his way back to get reelected? He wasn't going to fight his way back to get himself out of ballot. Yes, he was. And I know. And once the rule was passed where them felonies was not going to stop him, he was going to do everything he has to do in order to win the Republican representative. Yes, he was. Because the Republican representative didn't have nobody worth putting up against him. Nobody. That one chick, she was full of shit. That was just a show. That was just a goddamn show. So you want to know who Kamala's more likely going to get advice? It's probably going to be Andy Beshear. Andy Beshear is probably going to be the vice president. She's probably going to end up going with. He's the governor of Kentucky, in case y'all don't know.
Man, I don't know who that is. We said Andy?
He's the governor of Kentucky. That's who he is.
If Bernie Sanders would have won back in 2020, if they would have actually made Bernie Sanders the front runner for the Democratic Party, we would not be here.